Hello, and welcome to day 2 of the Road to Rookie. This was really supposed to only be a one-day joke of it being a Road to Rookie, but it's wound up being a 2-day joke because it turns out the first Saturday of June is Tabletop Day. So it's a national tabletop game playing day, and one of my friends is really into tabletop games, so we played a lot of those. So what I have done is I have made a character, and I've played for, what was that, about 45 minutes on World Tour. Nothing too crazy, but I know that I'm going to be playing Chun-Li, and this is a Luke clone right now, and there's not much I can do about that without playing probably several more hours. So I didn't want to burn too much time on World Tour mode. I've checked out the Battle Hub. You can always run in there and just sort of look at all the crazy stuff. There's some cool things in here. There's like a little shop where you can buy clothes. I think the clothes change around as you go. And there's usually like a bunch of wild and crazy characters roaming around here. You know, you got a bunch of pretty reasonable ones, and you got some just absolutely insane characters that I do not understand, which is pretty fun. So you've got all manner of characters, and there are some pretty wild body types in this game, so I think that's pretty funny. And then, yeah, you've got the vendors around here, and upstairs is like a clothes vendor, and if you go up there, you can check out stuff that you can use on battle points on. I don't know how to get those yet, but I assume that if you play like online, you'll get more. So, yeah, that's probably what I'll be doing. And then, if we bop out of here real quick, I also played through arcade mode with Chun-Li, and I ran through some of the practice. So I did the very basic tutorial mode. It kind of defaulted to classic, so I just did it on classic, but there was nothing incredibly difficult on it. And then, since I know I'm playing Chun-Li, I checked out her character guide. There were a couple of pretty useful things here. It's sort of just gives you the basics and her special moves, and then there's these cool fundamentals things. These are really useful. They sort of teach you a very basic game plan, and we're going to be using it. So this one is basically use crouching medium kick to pester opponents, and then use the crouching medium, I guess, in modern, so it would be like crouching forward, but whatever. Crouching medium, and then if you use auto medium, that's good for poking. And then once you've done that, if you press forward and special, then you can anti-air people, which is pretty cool. Chun-Li's walk speed is ridiculous, so even if you don't have access to all of her best moves in modern, her speed is going to make up for a lot of that. And that was pretty much what these things were teaching me. It was like, hey, here's some pretty cool moves, and then you can use like forward heavy or back medium to also do some things. Like back medium lets you keep a charge for your fireball, and forward heavy kick, if it punishes stuff, it goes over lows, and if it punishes stuff, you get a combo off of it. That was pretty much all that I wanted off of that. So that was really cool. And then I did her basic combo trials. I think I went a couple into the intermediate combo trials, but for the most part, I just did the basic ones. And those are the only ones that we're going to look at here. But when I did them, I wanted to try to figure out what are they for. So when I played them in arcade mode, I got to test out a little bit. So if you hold down the auto button here, and then you press light, it'll just do this kick. And this by itself, very safe. You can just sort of throw this out and catch people trying to do things. But the kick that it goes into, not safe. So you have to be careful with that one. And then this assisted combo 2 is actually one of the like counter pokes that you're supposed to use to punish people for walking in and trying to do stuff. And if you press it in this game and you just mash on it, it goes into a full, like, a third of your character's life combo for 2 bars of meter. So, you know, not like the most efficient use of meter, I'm sure, but for right now, it will do just fine. if I counter poke somebody and I go into that combo, I'm gonna be pretty happy. And then this one, this might be an anti-air as well, I'm not really sure yet. A lot of times, either these moves don't anti-air as well as they look like they would, or if you hit with the anti-air hitbox, it does not actually go into these assisted auto combos. So I'm not sure yet, I'll have to play that in a match and find out. But if it anti-airs, awesome. If not, it'll be a great DP punish, because that's a lot of damage. It's basically half their life, even though I've used the auto combo to do it. Yeah, it's 48% of their life. Pretty good. Then we got here, and the problem I very quickly came up with was that these move names are useless. So you can actually have it just show the commands, which is much more useful. So it's jumping heavy into down forward heavy, or 3 heavy if you use numpad notation. I have a video on numpad notation somewhere back in the days, but I might redo it again for Street Fighter. But basically, this is a jump in into a knockdown. To be honest, I don't see a lot of use out of this. I think that for the most part, if I'm doing a jump in like that, I'm going to be pressing other buttons instead, because while the hard knockdown is nice, that is a single hit confirm, and I'm not going to be trying to do that while I'm learning the game. Now this one, on the other hand, this is that crouching medium we were talking about. This one's very useful. See, you've got crouching medium into a special attack, and that's great. So what you can do is, you see how this is just out of range? If I push this button and then I try to do a special afterwards, I am buffering the move, but it won't come out because I miss the medium kick. If he walks into this range just a little bit, suddenly the kicks automatically come out. So you can play a cool neutral game where you expect them to run forward and you just do this, and if they walk into it, then they get hit, and you automatically cancel into the special for additional damage. And I think you might even be able to like cancel that into level 3 or something. I think most level 3s can cancel from specials, so you can do a ton of damage if you have the level 3. Otherwise, it's just free extra damage. It's 10% of their life, kind of pestering, but every time that they run into this, you get it, and if they don't, it's pretty safe. So I like that a lot. Then it tries to show you this back medium, which is one of her command normals. So you can see this moves pretty far. So this is also a pretty good move. And you can hold down back and then back and special, and it will work. Or you can just like do it a couple times and then do it, and it would also work. But actually, it might be too far away if you do it that way. Craziness. But anyway, if you do it too quickly before she has the charge, you'll see it just goes into lightning legs, which does also combo, to be fair. But it just does not quite the combo it's asking for. And then it gives you this stance. I don't know how much I'm going to be using this stance. This feels more complicated than what I'm going to be doing. But it's got some cool stuff, right? You can do this into spinning bird kick, which is pretty cool. You can do a launcher with it, like that. And then you get this combo afterwards, which is pretty neat. It does a decent amount of damage, too. And then these are the important ones. So this, I feel like it's going to be happening all the time. Every time that you see somebody drive impact, your automatic reaction should be to drive impact back, and you get this little combo off of it for doing so, which is pretty nice. And it does like 20% of their life. Pretty good. And then if they're in the corner, again, you can drive impact, and it will knock them into the corner, and you get this little meterless combo with a heavy and 2 specials, so it's, you know it's going to do a chunk of damage, which is pretty cool. And so here you have to hit down special and then forward auto special. It's going to take a couple of times before you actually like can get that consistently. But once you do, it'll be a really useful mix-up in the corner. So obviously, Chun-Li is going to have, she has this, oh, it also taught me, I forgot, the fundamentals also taught me that this move right here is plus even if they block. So you can probably like go up and do that and then make a mix-up happen afterwards. Like go for a throw, go for the low into, you know, a move of some kind that you want to be using. Yeah, or you can go for, this is an overhead. I think she's got a command overhead, but I don't think it's available to me in this. Yeah. I don't think it's available to me during this, unfortunately. So, those are the things that it taught me. There was one more that I actually thought was really useful, which is Intermediate 2, I believe, which is a punish counter on the forward heavy. Yeah, I think this is going to be useful to learn, because this teaches me a decent combo for when I like crush a low with this or something, because it'll punish counter, and then I get a cool combo out of it, so I can like do the stuff that I want to do here. So, and then you can just do a meterless that way. Or, if you want to have the actual combo that it's asking you to do here, is that. You can see it's quarter of their life for an EX bar, which is pretty cool. So that one was also one that I thought was really useful, because the punish counter on this move is definitely something I'm going to be using in neutral. And so that was pretty much it. That's like everything I think I'm going to bring in with me from Rookie to basically Iron, and it's just going to be, you know, walking forward, pushing this button, and then hitting the special button so that it does combos. If it hits, I'm going to be using this as a counter poke, because it's pretty good, and it goes into that whole auto combo, which is pretty cool. And if they move forward on me, or if they jump on me, I've got this great anti-air that I can use, and that'll be the majority of the match. I'll be using this to get in, I'll be using this to punish DPs and do tons of damage, and then when they try to drive impact me, you know, we've got that combo where we go into the back heavy into a special move. I think you can also do the back heavy into lightning kicks. So there's a bunch of things you can do. And the lightning kicks, as we have learned, like at least the first set of lightning kicks goes into your level 3 super. So I've got some stuff that I can do here, and then maybe I'll start playing with this stance, but probably not until I've reached like bronze. And I'm expecting to start like Rookie or Iron, because I'm just going to hold forward until the matches for stuff are over, and I'm just going to try to do the bare minimum I can to get out of those ranks and see what it really takes for a new player to get out of those ranks. Does the stuff that all the people who are telling me what to do on YouTube actually work to get me out of these ranks? And I think it'll be a fun and interesting experiment to find out. So I will be doing that tomorrow, and I hope to see you there.